11 years. I'm not running against Daniel Trump. He happened to be a friend of mine. I met him a couple of months, maybe a year ago. Since then, I became friends with him, and I like him. And whatever he's standing for, most of the time I agree with him too. Now, as you said, I took a chance to face LGBT members. The reason being, I'm a minority myself. All the minorities, whether it is people are discriminated based on minority, their color, their origin, their sexual orientation. To me, discrimination is discrimination, period. Whether it is for LGBT members, whether it is a person with color, same thing to me. That is one of the reasons I took this challenge. Unfortunately, one of your friend who is also a member of LGBT, I feel that so bad that he didn't show up. Helen Sears is definitely going to show up. Definitely she's not going to show up. Now, let me tell you about the progression of this LGBT idea. When I came in 1980, and if somebody asked me, do you support gay marriage? First of all, I couldn't figure it out what they are asking, because I didn't know. I came from a country where this thing is not outside, they are in the closet still. So if somebody comes along and walk around and say, I'm a gay, I could be going like, what do you mean by that? It took me time to learn about the sufferings, about the discrimination, about they were discriminated, they were pushed into different areas. It took me time. I ran a restaurant. I was a busboy in a restaurant. And one of my experience I remember still very recollected. In that restaurant is a very fancy restaurant upstate New York. And when you are a busboy, you come to know the people who are sitting at the table, right? I saw two guys were kissing. I said to myself, oh, what is going on? I came from India. I said, oh, I'm looking around. I said to myself, I don't see or I don't see myself. So I said, I asked this, my boss, what exactly going on here? Is this the part of the culture? Don't worry about it. Okay, I said, okay. So started reading newspapers. When I came to this country, the first credit card I have, or any identification I have, from the library, White Plains Library, I moved to White Plains. I came to White Plains. So the first ever, any identification I got from this country is a library card. That was very precious to me because I'm a person who loves to read. I'm not a movie fan, I'm not a sports fan, but I'm a political crazy, or you can say political passionate, but I'm also a reader. I love to read. From learning and reading, now I came to the conclusion that I learned about LGBT, I learned about everything. Along with LGBT, I 100% agree with you. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. My faith will conflict with what you are talking about marriage. That is the reality. 10 years ago, if you would have asked me, I said, I don't know yet. But progression and the things going the way it is, I 100% agree to have a marriage. Because I believe a person should not be discriminated because of his sexual orientation. When you get married, they have to get the same benefit I get. I have to get the same right I get. And I have the right to keep my house in my wife's name. You should have your partner's name. When you have an insurance, you should have in your partner's name when you die. I believe this. If those things needed a marriage certificate, it must give. Whether it is based on my religion or Judaism or Islam, it doesn't matter. I think that is the way we have to go. I 100% agree with the marriage of gay, lesbians, or whatever. And other than that, to me, as I said, discriminating you based on your sexual orientation is not acceptable in this century. Now, about what Danny said, Danny is going to run. I have a little bit difference with the Danny on this. I became a Democratic, yes, I became a Democratic member in Westchester County. I was a vice chairman of the Democratic Party for Westchester County. I had a practice of 10 years in this town. I know how the system works. Democratic Party is going to support wholeheartedly Helen Sears. That is a fact. And Daniel Trump was hoping to get that support and endorsement from the Democratic Club, which is now not going to give it to you. So, I am asking your support, because in order to fight with the Helen Sears, I am more fighter than that. Of course, Danny has a lot of virtues, but in case party force him to step down, I am going to be the placed person. I know that you are saying no, but I'm telling you the reality of the fact that if you really wanted to fight with the Helen Sears, step with me, because when she signed that agreement on a term limit, I was in front of her office with 30 to 40 people fighting. I was on the street, I went to the court, and I'm still going to fight. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.